I'm the pitching coach for the Dinos. We're definitely going to the Korean series. You know what I'm saying?
No, they need you.
Oh,
They need a pitcher.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Fighting.
파이팅! 오! 미리보기 나왔습니다.
Hello. Oh!
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Let's
Home and
see.
away. Wow. You never changed.
Never changed. I look the same.
You get not old.
You know what? You know, the fans in Korea were awesome. So, but you're representing the jersey. I need to send you one of mine.
I can't get your jersey anymore. They don't sell it.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm like a grandpa now in Korea. 2017 was the last Dino shirt I had. So yeah.
Could you explain about the jerseys in the back? Like, was it displayed before, or did you display just because of this?
No. Well, this was my Pirates jersey when I first made it to the big leagues with the Pirates. So that's always there. I have a Twins jersey over there. I don't have my Dinos jerseys like up like this yet, but I've got them like in the closet. So I'm still finishing my office. Yeah, when the Dinos won, they shared with me this plaque. That was nice for them to share that memory with them. Yeah, I've got my yeah. So I got the Golden Glove up there.
어디 시작해? 엄청 멋있다.
Wow. 다르다.
오.
If it wasn't for Thames, I might have got the MVP that year, but you know, Thames was just killing it. It was like Thames was playing a video game. You guys, have y'all got Thames yet?
Thames? No.
씨는 우리 첫 번째로 데릭 거가 먼저라고 생각해서.
No, man, I'm gonna have to send you a gift for saying that.
Could you explain about how you're doing, what you're doing to the fans?
Yes. So after I officially retired in 2019, I got into real estate. I kind of had some interest in real estate over the years. You know, I went to school, got my license to get into the real estate business, and then kind of transitioned right away. And so, yeah, it's crazy to think, I guess I'm like 7 years into my real estate business, which has been awesome. It was kind of a hard decision when I was done because I had some opportunities to stay in baseball. Honestly, I felt like I owed it to Christine, my wife, to kind of slow down. She had seen the baseball career since high school, and she had been with me through this whole time. And I just felt like I owed it to her to like let her slow down, stop traveling around the world in the country, even though as great as it was and as much as she loved it. That's it. You know, the kids are getting older. Carly's 12, Elston is 10, and my little one is Karis. She is 6. The fans in Korea don't even know Karis. When we talk about Korea around her, she's like, what are y'all talking about? We have to show her pictures, all the Instagram stuff. I'll type in, you know, Eric Hacker in Korean and start following the hashtags, and I can scroll down and I can show her a lot of the lifestyle that we had in Korea. And then she can see her sister. He doesn't really remember as much, which is, you know, kind of sad, but yeah, it was great memories for us. And Korea was really good to my family for sure. We loved it.
They don't know how great you are in the league.
Sometimes I'll go to YouTube, right? And I'll pull up some of the games and let them watch, right? They find it entertaining, right? Sometimes my oldest will ask more questions, and hopefully we get to come back and visit soon because I know she really wants to get back.
We are hoping you to do a first pitch at NC Dinos Park for your kids, and I feel like they're going to love it, and even the fans.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I was messaging with one of the NC executive staff members recently, and we were kind of talking about it a little bit. I don't know when it can kind of come together. I think we just kind of have to plan it out. But yeah, we would absolutely love that. The question becomes is, do we wait to NC's playing like one of our rivalries back then? And like, you know, do we wait for the big game? Like, when do we do it?
그냥 일반 경기에 나오기엔 조금 아쉽다.
It would be very hard to make a Korean series or a playoff series or something, but hey, you never know, you know, maybe we can pull it together someday. That would be great.
But I don't know if NC is doing good enough to make playoffs.
Do you think they've got enough in there? Do you think they can do it? Do they have enough pitching and defense? Do they got enough power? Do they have enough in there to do it?
No, they need you.
Oh,
They need a pitcher like you.
Well, you know,
Oh, yeah.
I do still like to throw. Actually, my arm actually feels pretty good.
쉬고 취소 일선발로.
Oh, let's go.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Let me find, pull out one of my old gloves. Yeah. Yeah, this was one of my last gloves I wore with NC.
Oh.
If you remember, I changed numbers like a couple times. So I wore my last year, I was wearing number 8. I always put my family initials on my glove. The purple one was for my wife, Christine, which is C. I'm sorry, pink one. The purple one was for Carly. E was for Elston. So it's Christine, Carly, Elston. My third child, she wasn't here yet, so she's not on here. But this was my last glove I wore with NC. Yeah, so we could break this back out of retirement, and bring it back.
Okay. Oh.
If NC wants you to come back as a pitching coach, would you come back?
Save us, please, Edgar. Save us like that.
Well, you know what? That'd be an awesome experience. I think the biggest challenge for that, to be honest with you, would be for my family. The kids are at an age now where they're, they have their activities, and Carly's doing volleyball and she's doing cheer, and my son is doing football and he plays baseball. And then my younger one, and then with school, right? And so I think that would be the hardest thing, is leaving home in January and joining the team and not getting home. Because I mean, if I'm the pitching coach for the Dinos, we're definitely going to the Korean series. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it would be a lot of fun. Honestly, I think if we ever did something like that, I probably would just pull my kids out of school for a year. I think they would just come with me. The kids would just experience a whole year in Korea, do homeschool, something like that. But hey, if you know something I don't know, and they're interviewing pitching coaches, I mean, and you want to put my name in the hat, go for it. Man, come on. I haven't even seen the new stadium. I feel like I helped them build that stadium. I feel like I should at least get to visit.
You made the whole stadium, like half of it.
Nah, it's not true. It's not true. It would have been great to get to play there. I think, was it 1 year, 2 years after I left is when it was completed? Yeah, because it was under construction when I was with the Heroes, I think. That would be good. How are you guys going to help me do that, or how are we going to figure it out?
무조건.
Yeah, we will.
We will help
We
you.
will follow you.
Do you still watch KBO highlights or do you watch any games?
I'll catch like something will pop up on like Instagram and stuff, and so I'll see some stuff on there. I'll click and watch them occasionally, but I don't get to watch as much.
Do you know the standings NC's on?
Tell me I found it. Okay. Yeah, NC's got a lot of work to do. They've got some work to do.
Yeah.
They're just 5 games below 500. As you guys know in baseball, if you go and you run off, if they go 15-5 over their next 20, like they're back in it. So, it can happen very quickly. It's a long season. What they have with their pitching staff can keep them in it or not. Who's their best player right now?
투수로는 아무래도 성모 선수긴 한데.
The lefty pitcher?
He's the best pitcher for NC.
Okay. So he's the best pitcher. Who's their best hitter?
박민우.
Oh, Oh, yeah. Okay. Is he still playing second base?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is he captain now too?
Yes, he is. His batting average is actually on top 5 in the league.
Nice. Tell me how's Songbom doing? Is he with Kia? Is he with Tigers?
Yes, Sungbom's with Tigers. He's the captain of the Tigers.
Tigers. It's
He's
good.
the captain?
Yes.
Yes. He's good.
Nice. I like Songbom. How's he doing? What's his stats?
It's great. He hit a home run like 2 days ago. 19 home runs so far. He's one of the best hitters at Tigers now. So
he's on pace for like 40.
Yeah.
What's the most home runs Songbom's has in one season?
that was probably when it was at NC, not the Tigers.
Has anybody beat Thames's 380 40 season yet?
That was so close of beating it, but
Not yet.
Who was it?
Do-young Kim
Kim Do-young.
from the Tigers.
Young one.
Really? Wow, that's impressive. NC pitcher when I was there, we called him Daigi. Where is he? Strawberry.
EJ
EJ. Yeah, J-Hawk.
He's trying to get back to the team.
Is he still with NC, right?
Yes.
How's his career? How's he done since I left?
To be honest, that when you were playing with him, That was like his best season.
Okay.
Oh, actually, a few days ago, EJ Hawk, he did an interview with NC. How you taught him, how to pitch, all the change ups and everything.
Nice. That's good. Let's go, Jayhawk. Yes. Jayhawk liked to learn. He asked a lot of questions. He worked really hard and he cared a lot. And as you guys remember, he didn't throw very hard, right? But he had a great changeup. He had a hard time learning how to throw the breaking ball. I tried to help him learn how to throw a breaking ball. So we worked on like grips and how to release and how to use it. We talked a lot about, even though he wasn't comfortable throwing that pitch, but if he could just show hitters that he could throw it, right? It held a lot of value of just showing it. We talked about stuff like that. Okay, so who is the highest paid player in Korea?
Yang Eji, catcher.
He went to NC, and is he back with Doosan?
Yes.
Yes. Hyunjin Ryu, number 99.
He doesn't count because he gets paid for being famous.
그 부동산 투자에 혹시 추천하려고 그러는 건가?
Now you're talking. Hey, you know what? Speaking of real estate and speaking of Ryu, did you guys ever catch that episode when he came to the US and he signed with Toronto? There was something where they were following him and there was these videos and he was house shopping in Toronto. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all ever remember those videos?
I think I saw it.
I was there.
Oh,
I don't know where you guys find that. If you go online and you find some of those episodes when he was there, I was in some of those videos because I flew to Canada. We introduced him to some of the local real estate agents and stuff out there so we could go show him some properties and stuff like that. Yeah, looky there. There it is. Yeah, we were there. What about he was really young with Samsung when I was there. He's really tall, really skinny. He used to wear number 5 for Samsung. Is he still there?
yes.
Yeah, he was young when I was there, but he was good. He's probably been a free agent, right? Did he get paid by Samsung?
He become a FA this year.
FA this year.
First time?
Second time.
Oh, okay. Who is the number 1 Korean pitcher now in the KBO?
Park Bin, Choi Min-seok, they play for the Bears.
When I went to the Heroes for that 1.5 season, my shortstop was and second baseman were both Kim, and center fielder was Jung Lee.
Lee.
So, on the major. Oh, and what's his name is with San Diego now. He was with Nexon too.
Sungmun Song.
Yes, but when I was he was like he was a utility player with Nexon when I was there. He didn't even play he wasn't an everyday player. And then of course our first baseman was the famous Park, the home run king. Does he still play?
He's coaching in Heroes.
When was his last year?
Last year was
Last year
his
he
last season.
retired.
라이온즈에 있었다. 저는
I feel like I'm interviewing you guys.
Could you talk about how you came to Korea and what was going on at that time?
Let's see if I can summarize it a little bit. In 2010, if you remember right, the Giants were really good and they won the World Series in 2010. I was in AAA in 2010 and I won 16 games in AAA in 2010. Just so you guys know, pitchers don't win 16 games in AAA. AAA pitchers that win 16 games go to the major leagues, right?
Yes.
And so I was in this very odd situation where the Giants had Lincecum and Bumgarner and Kane and Jonathan Sanchez, and they had all these superstars, right? So you have 5 major league pitchers, and then you have your ace in AAA is your number 6 guy. I was number 6.
Somebody.
But all the starters never got hurt. They went to win the World Series. I was really upset. And during that season, there were some Japanese teams that tried to buy my contract, and the Giants wouldn't let me go, right? Because I was the emergency guy. I was very frustrated. I was very upset. The Giants went on to win a World Series. I never went to the major leagues. So I was like, this just doesn't seem right. So then I elected to become a free agent. I went to Minnesota. They had their 5 guys. So then I went to AAA again, and I was doing really well. And I got called up to the major leagues. They put me in the bullpen. I don't tell these stories to a lot of people, but I had made like 2 appearances out of the bullpen. And then we had a doubleheader against Tampa Bay in Minnesota in like April. It's cold. There was snow falling. I was supposed to start the second game of the doubleheader, okay, because I was a starter, right? So the night before the doubleheader, they came to me in the locker room, and the pitching coach said, "Hey, Hacker, I need you to be in the bullpen tonight. Just in case Francisco Liriano is not doing well, you're going to have to maybe play it. You're emergency. You're the emergency pitcher tonight." Okay. I go to the bullpen. Long story short, Liriano has a bad game. I pitch. I'd entered an inning with bases loaded and nobody out. Okay. First time I'd ever done it since high school. Right. Under the circumstances, I actually ended up pitching okay. Well, now the double headers the next day. I can't pitch the next day because I just threw 70, 80 pitches out of the bullpen. I can't pitch the next day. So guess what happens? I go to the minor leagues. They bring another pitcher because they can move you up and down. I was so mad, right? I was mad in San Francisco. Now I'm upset in Minnesota, and I'm going, why is it like this for me, right? It's just something doesn't seem right. I was so upset. You could pull up my AAA stats. Everything is really good. And then I have 1 year I was really bad. It was that year. And most people don't know this story, right? But I was so frustrated. I allowed the game to bring me down and just completely out of my game. And after 2011, I was like, I don't want to play baseball anymore, right? Things just didn't seem to like add up in my mind. I've worked my entire life for this. I was really good. I went to the major leagues. Not my fault. I got sent back to the minor leagues. It wasn't my fault. It was just a team thing. And so then 2012, I went back to sign back with San Francisco because now I had to like build my resume back up. I had to build my worth back up because like I had a really bad 2011. Everybody was like, Hacker's not any good anymore. So then I went back to spring training in 2012. The season started and I was me again. And I started doing well. And then I actually got called up with San Francisco that year, ended up getting called up that year. And then after the season, I was still in this thing like, well, it was an okay season. I played in the major leagues. Giants weren't really giving me a full opportunity because they still had all these guys, right? And that was when like the Korea thing started to kind of come together, right? They had been scouting. And then after the season, my wife and I kind of started talking about it. We didn't have any children at the time. We're like, it's becoming very hard for me. Like, I just couldn't seem to find the right situation. We decided that, let's go to Korea. Let's go over there. Let's spin it. Let's see what happens. Right. That's the story on how we got there. And it ended up being NC. That's how it happened.
It's a crazy story. I mean, I feel like sometimes baseball involves some luck,
Yes, absolutely. There's a few playoff games that I kind of remember being big moments. We had that series against Lotte in 2017. I pitched game 1 at Lotte, and I pitched game 5 at Lotte. That series sticks out of my head, right? Because I had to pitch on the road, and we were the underdog. Yeah, I can still remember that stadium. Like, that's for some reason that Lotte Stadium, the fans were so loud that series. It was just like, I feel like I could still hear it in my head. Hey, speaking of that series and real estate, I have helped Brooks Raley. I've helped him with his real estate here in Texas.
몰랐던 이야기들이 너무 많이 나오는데 오늘?
Oh, really?
No.
브룩스 랠리 좀 연결해주면 안 돼? 인터뷰 좀 하게.
역시.
Okay. Yeah, I can tell him. Yeah, he's with the Mets, and I think he's probably going to get traded. It looks like he's probably going to get traded at the deadline.
Is he going to NC?
Maybe, but Brooks, he's expensive now. He makes that major league money now.
Yeah, 맞지.
You know what? That series against LG, I pitched on like 3 days rest. I pitched 2 games in that series.
LC가 14년 만에 올라갔는데 NC한테 잡혔죠.
Yeah, I took a lot of pride in that series because I wanted to make sure that we knocked them out. That's why I pitched on short rest in that series.
What did you try to do to face brain hitters?
NC was very they're kind of like a tech company, right? So I feel like they were probably ahead of most teams with this stuff. They gave me an iPad And on this iPad, I could go and watch anything I wanted. We had a lot of access to video and a lot of access to data and analytics of the game. And I knew pretty much every hitter by jersey number. I had all the numbers to know like their batting averages in certain counts. I would study and I would pitch to the data and the analytics because I could throw a bunch of different pitches. I watched a lot of video every single night, right? And I was just like, I was kind of a student of the game. And that's really kind of how I extended my career and how I learned how to pitch in Korea. The home run king in Korea that played for Samsung.
이승엽?
Yes. Yeah. I just threw him cutters all the time. Like he just couldn't hit the cutter. I don't think he ever hit a home run off of me. I felt like that was a success against him because he hit like 700 home runs.
Oh. Also, we wanted to ask you, who was like the toughest hitter you faced?
The left-handed hitter for Doosan, he hit like in the 3-hole for most of his career. He played outfield, maybe right field.
There's an outfielder who played for the Baltimore and he came back to Korea.
Yes, him. He didn't swing and miss. He could make contact with everything. And so I never tried to strike him out because it was wasting pitches. So my goal was that he hit like the first 1 or 2 pitches, he put them in play. I knew if I got into deep counts, I would throw him 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches because he just foul ball. He was always a very hard out.
He's still playing. He's good.
He's still doing well?
Plays for KT. Wiz.
Huh? He's got to be getting older though, right?
Yeah, yes.
After you receiving a Golden Glove in the back in 2015, there was some connections between you and some Japanese teams that tried to, get you. Was there a reason why you didn't leave?
As a player, for me, it was always more to the decision, just like chasing, a big payday or something, right? Like, I think Korea was very comfortable, right? It was, I knew the team, I knew my players, I knew the coaching staff, my family, we had our lifestyle in Korea, right? I mean, it just wasn't a strong enough offer. It wasn't a strong enough situation where I felt like it just didn't make enough sense at that time.
That's why NC fans, still remember you as a legend.
I do appreciate that from the fans. I do miss the fans. I think I would have loved to have another year with the fans. I wanted to come back with NC in 2018. They decided to go in a different direction. I think ultimately for myself, Korea was really good to me. Korea was really good to my family, and we're forever grateful for that. In sports and life, there's always this roller coaster, right? There's the good, there's the bad. People like you, people hate you, right? That's just part of the way this goes at times. I think ultimately the bigger picture is, we created a lot of relationships. We created a lot of memories for our family. I'm just forever grateful. And I'm sure a lot of people probably saw, kind of how I went about my business in Korea. I absolutely love the fans. I love spending time with the fans, signing autographs and taking pictures. And, I even used to you guys can scroll down my Instagram, like way down my Instagram, and you'll see that I used to do these interactions with the fans on Instagram. Most people probably don't know what I used to do, but I would sometimes late at night in Korea, I would have one of my translators help me put this Instagram post together. I would sign autographs on Instagram through DMs. If you send me a picture through a DM, I'll sign it for you and send it back to you. And so I used to do that like frequently in Korea. My DMs would just fill up thousands and thousands in DMs, and like I would just go. And so I loved spending time with the fans, because if it wasn't for the fans, none of us would have this. And so it was just a very simple way for us to always say thank you. So I always felt like it was just so important for that. The fans always probably saw me as this like competitor, and like I just, which I am. But, I think at the end of the day, I'm a normal person and I'm a family guy. I love being around other people. Ultimately, I just always want to tell the fans thank you. Same thing to my teammates, my coaches, and with all the memories that were made, I'm forever ever grateful for those opportunities that I was given in Korea, and I just absolutely look forward to that opportunity when I get to come back, bring my kids to Korea, let them see where I spent many years of my baseball career, and it's crazy to think of, I played baseball for 17 years and 6 of those years were in Korea. So it's a large amount of my baseball career was spent in Korea. I'm just so thankful. I love hearing the stories about the guys that I played with. That's why I asked you the questions about some of the players. Those guys were so good to me and great teammates. The ultimate message is just thank you. 사랑해. 사랑해요.
사랑합니다.
감사합니다.
I'll have to figure out how to get you guys some hacker jerseys.
정말?
Please.
Yeah. If I can figure that out, you're gonna have to send me like an address.
really?
You guys have been great. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, let me know when y'all ready to do it again.
너무 좋아요.
I don't know when it's gonna be, but if you do make it to Korea, please contact us. So
Okay.
we can help you with, everything.
That would be a great experience. I think that would be awesome. I look forward to staying in touch with you guys. You guys know where to find me, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fighting.
파이팅! 좋은 집 사는 팁 좀 알려주세요.
Give you a tip. Man, well, how much money do you got?
얼마예요?
I don't know about how it's done in Korea, but the tip is it's buying safe real estate is there's a little bit of like common sense involved in it. Don't buy a house that's on a very busy road. The layout is not like somewhat normal. Like you would want to avoid those type of houses. I use the word odd out of like describing this for you, but it's something that looks very different, right? Very different means that probably not many people are going to like it, right? If you kind of follow somewhat of a traditional style, it's a very safe investment. I think the biggest mistake that a lot of people make in real estate is always like, I need a deal. Sometimes the deal doesn't always mean that it's like that it's a good house or there's something, you can find a deal on things that aren't great. Things that are great, it's hard to find a deal on. Now, it can still be a great investment, because over time, real estate grows and, you can improve the properties and build your equity and stuff. And so there's ways to do that, but, just be smart about it and spend your money the right way when you get it,